Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Joystick Lounging and I am the co-creator of Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. So in my last video I asked you guys to send me your request for a Papa Bear Fighter Pass and I got a plethora of good shit to choose from. But before we get into that, instead of doing the patch notes like I normally do, I want to do some comment highlights and just kind of like show that I really do appreciate you guys commenting on my videos. First off, I want to give a shout out to Truth Hope Love for writing this gargantuan comment on my second video, I think it was. I asked for candidates for the Underdog Fighter Pass and a good explanation as to why, and this person delivered. Not only did they deliver me a list of good characters that do qualify as underdogs, but they also gave me insight into Nickelodeon history as to why that would be the case for every character, and they nailed it. I couldn't put in characters like Agent Zero or Amanda Payne, but I could put in Harvey Beaks because there was a lot of other people requesting that character. So once again, I really like this comment. There was a lot of work put into it and it didn't go under the radar, trust me. The second shout out is for all the comments that usually not only give character suggestions but also other ideas for content such as pieces of music or potential for movesets. It's great. So comments like the ones Amit Avarashmi and Miko Carton post are not only appreciated, but they keep the gears turning for maybe potential future content, so I thank you guys. And of course everyone else that posts a comment, I appreciate it. And now the king that dropped their crown, Sonic. In my last video I said this: if you could subscribe to Joystick Launching, that would be greatly appreciated, or else I will send Hugh Neutron to the Shadow Realm and take him off the goddamn roster. And clearly he cares about every single one of you guys, so he did the right thing and subscribed. So now, before we start the actual Fighter Pass, if you guys can subscribe, not only will you get the Fighter Pass for free, but there's a 1% chance that I may revert the nerfs on Gibby. Just maybe. Alright, with that out of the way, introducing the Papa Bear Fighter Pass. Please, take a look. Fighter 1.
That music, I cannot resist.
Well, actually, it is kind of a catchy tune.
From now on, you will obey only me.
Yes, Your Highness.
Your Highness? And my royal decree is destroy those turtles.
You are losing your fighting edge, my turtles.
Splinter is ratted out as the master. Fighter 2.
What are you doing?
Making chocolate pudding.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Why on earth are you making chocolate pudding?
Because I've lost control of my life.
Stu is fighting depression. Fighter 3.
It's a pleasure to finally meet a true airbending master.
What is it you want from us?
Nothing at all. In fact, if everyone cooperates, you will all walk out of this situation unharmed.
Then what are you doing here?
I want Korra, and I'm tired of chasing her.
You're using us as leverage.
Yes.
I will never let you get to Korra.
Unfortunately, you don't have a choice.
Yes, I do. Jinora, get everyone out of here! Bumi, Kaya, help me hold them off!
Tenzin breathes new air into the fight. Fighter 4.
Oh, Timmy!
Oh no! It's Hi!
I'm respecting your privacy by knocking, but asserting my authority as your father by coming in anyway!
Mr. Turner barges into the brawl. Fighter 5.
Oh, what's with the disrespect? Respect this. That guy just took out every made guy in the Garden State. Let's hit the road. Let's hit the road.
That's me, Glenn Martin. Father, dentist, lover. But mostly father and dentist.
Glenn is looking to knock some teeth loose. And that concludes the Papa Bear Fighter Pass. Not only did I get a lot of requests for different father figures, but there was a lot of good ones, so it took me a couple hours to finalize those 5 fighters for the Fighter Pass. As you can see here, with the exception of Glenn, each of these franchises already have one or more representatives, so let's talk about it. First father is the legendary Master Splinter. Hamato Yoshi was once a man, but after being exposed to this purple ooze, the Ninja Turtles became born and he turned into a rat, and named himself accordingly Master Splinter. He is a kung fu master who have taught the turtles everything that they know. What better way to highlight his origin than with the accompanying stage, the Foot Clan Dojo. Not only will you be able to fight in the same dojo Splinter trained in, but you will also see Foot Clan members training in the background as well. Because the Ninja Turtles franchise is possibly the biggest one on this list, we decided to include 20 songs, including those from the series, several remixes, and even some from accompanying video games. It's a good thing Splinter was a master, because if he was a chef, he would be a pie rat. This is a dad episode, people. You knew this was coming. I'm putting a counter. Next up is Stu Pickles. Father to Tommy and Dill Pickles, this bright-minded individual has a habit of creating toys, but he's clumsy everywhere else. What better place for a man than his house, and the accompanying stage, the Pickles house backyard. This will be a flat stage, but the catch is that you can see the other Rugrats interacting in the background. Now, as for the track selection, we decided to include a reasonably well 12 songs, including those from the series and several remixes. So whether or not you like Stu, don't get yourself in a pickle, or else you'll have to deal with it. Third up is Tenzin, master of airbending and son to Aang. Not only is it his duty to preserve airbending for generations to come, but he is also tasked with training the next avatar, Korra. With him being a master of airbending and one of the only ones left in the world, we decided to include the Air Temple Island. Not only is it big and spacious, but it will provide for some interesting platforming for the fighters. Along with this stage, players can choose from one of 15 songs, including those from the series and several remixes. I know it's in the title, but try not to be an airhead on the battlefield. The fourth newcomer is Mr. Turner. Not only is he blissfully unaware of what's happening in his son's life, but he canonically does not have a first name, which is kind of weird. We figured this would be the perfect time for Timmy Turner to get payback, so what better stadium than the one and only Dimmadome, by Doug Dimmadome, home of the Dimsdale Dimmadome and all other Dimmadome accessories, whatever. To make a long story short, it will have 15 songs, including those from the series, several remixes, and even one from the Fairly Odd Parents video game. Overall, Mr. Turner is a fairly decent person, or you can say a fairly odd parent. And finally, the last contender, Glenn Martin. Glenn is not only a family man, but he is a dentist on the road. Their house is under questionable conditions, to say the least, so they decided to get an RV and travel the land. And because they're traveling so much it can't stay stationary, what better perfect way than the highway? This is not a specific location, but in the background you can see other various locations from the series. It will be flat, but if players land off the RV, they will be pushed back because the car is still continuously moving forward. We decided to keep the song selection nice, small, and sweet, so we decided to include 10 songs, including those from the series and several remixes. As a little bonus, if you manage to win first place in a match with Glenn Martin, you will receive a little plaque. Anyways, you know the deal. You can buy each of these fighter packs for $5, or you can buy the entire collection for $25 instead. And that concludes the fighter pass in its entirety, all the characters, stages, songs, and other special features that may or may not be real. Now, I've been reading some of the comments as you saw highlighted in the front of the video, so this next one is based off all this feedback. You are going to love it. Ready? The next fighter pass is the House Guest Fighter Pass. Let me explain. The House Guest Fighter Pass has two major rules. One, this means that any character on this list cannot be from an original Nickelodeon show. This means no Drake and Josh, no SpongeBob, no Fairly Odd Parents, none of that. This basically allows for shows that once technically aired on Nickelodeon, but are not by Nickelodeon to be eligible. I'm just saying. This is why I call this the House Guest Fighter Pass, because even though people come into your home, you want them to feel welcome, as if they're part of the family. So, leave your comments below, tell me who you want for the Fighter Pass, tell me if you have any other suggestions for patch notes, any ideas for content, anything you want at all, please leave it down. I would love to read it. And with that in mind, guys, please have yourselves a damn good one.